The preacher on Easter morning has choices to make about the scriptures for today's Liturgy of the Word. There are two choices for the second reading. There's also a choice of Gospels. The homilist can use the traditional Gospel text from John 20, or he can use last night's selection from Matthew, used at the Easter Vigil, or for an afternoon Mass, the story of the disciples on the road to Emmaus, which we'll hear later in the Easter season. The late American scripture scholar Father Raymond Brown, who wrote extensively on the narratives of Christ's death and resurrection, observes that, quote, even though each gospel has its own emphasis in narrating the raising of Jesus, when readers move from one gospel to the other, a fascinating picture emerges. There is, in the accounts, a whole spectrum of reactions, ranging from hostility through puzzlement to spontaneous faith, so that the resurrection functions as a final test of response to Jesus. In the usual selection from John's Gospel, we see the reaction of three disciples who visit the empty tomb early on that first day of the week. Mary of Magdala, Peter, and the beloved disciple each have a reaction which marks where they are on the journey of faith. Read in the larger context of chapters 20 and 21 in John's Gospel, as Father Brown points out, we learn how various individuals come to believe based on their relationship with Jesus. In Matthew's Vigil Gospel, a series of scenes full of dramatic events take place: an earthquake, an angelic visitor rolling back the stone, and finally an appearance by Jesus himself. Father Brown suggests, quote, that Jesus' role from birth to death to resurrection is of cosmic importance, shaking the foundations of the world and raising even those long dead. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary are to carry the news that Jesus is risen back to the other disciples. Father Brown concludes that, quote, Matthew is surely presenting virtues that his Christian readers should imitate in receiving and sharing the news of the risen Lord. Your parish preachers will choose a gospel suited to the needs of his congregation. But you can fruitfully read all the accounts and ask, as Father Raymond Brown suggests, in the days surrounding the first Easter, which of the reactions recounted would have been yours?